Mm, mm, mm. Sweet. Awesome. Alright, okay. Let's see. Hello? 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 Focus, camera. Focus. Alright. Awesome. Looks to be great. Alright. Hello, everybody. And focus, camera! Focus! Focus. Stop being a douche. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Alrighty. Hello, everybody. My name is Hooded Man, and welcome back to another beautiful interdimensional stream. And we are going to be playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I did not know that they were still working on this game. And when I saw it on Steam, I was like, there's no way. So they did say that if you have the original game, you would get a discount, but I paid the original price, which was $25. And you know what? I support the developers of this game because this game is really good. If you have not played this game for yourself, and if you want to play it for yourself, it's $25 on Steam. I'll leave a link in the description if you're watching this on YouTube, but if you are watching the stream right now, I recommend leaving and buying the game for yourself and playing it because it looks pretty cool. Anyways, so we're going to play this game. I'm going to turn it on now. And let's get down to business. The audio is still good. Let's get. Where's the game? Ooh. There we go. Do I want an English subtitle? Yes, please. I bet it won't be big. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? Yes. Please adjust the slider. No, that's fine. Please enter the current time. Interesting. Well, it's 3:58 p.m. 3:59. Hold on. Let me adjust this. 3:50. Look at my phone. My phone's way more accurate. Hold on. And come on. Nine. Just switch. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Got it. Accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Okay. So is it going to show the office? Ah, look at that. I'll pick it up. If I know this game, it's gonna be really finicky. If I like, no, nothing, right? Okay. About the settings. One-handed walk, presentation, field of view, music, narration, video, VSync borderless, Controls, simplified controls. We can jump. Interesting. All right. The end is never. The end is never. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Stanley. If you don't know the
Stanley
story.
worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right, so this is the Stanley Parable. Right. So I can do choices in this game. If you guys have never played this before, you're gonna see me do a lot of stuff. And oh, hi, Ellie. And click buttons, yeah. Can't jump though. You can't jump. Get your first achievement. I want to jump. I want to jump. It's funny, I can click this. Playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. This is apparently this game is $25, but
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
one of the
What if
endings.
he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
And the game ended. That was one of the endings. So that was the I'm too scared ending. So he closed the door. All right, good luck with work. Like under my desk. I mean, there's this wire over here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yep. No trace of the co-workers. Hold on a second. Let me try to do something really quick. Okay, there we go.
At first, Stanley assumed he broke the map.
I broke the map.
This narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
No.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Well, could say here. Say no.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue.
Yeah.
But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
Really?
Now, think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer?
You keep talking, I don't care.
Just to have heard all the narration. Oh, and this is Rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one.
Are you sure?
So,
maybe I wasn't listening.
What do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed,
watch me pick the other option.
Lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking, leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Oh, okay, so I have to literally end the game myself, right? It's great. All right. Begin again! Because apparently I have that power.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Okay, Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yes.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
Measly 5 clicks.
Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it.
Okay.
Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Okay. There we go. I'm doing it.
No, I'm still not feeling it.
No.
I want
You're still not feeling it, guys.
It meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley.
Yeah.
I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Where's 417? I think it's down here, right? Oh, here.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Okay. It was back here, right? 443, that right here.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
10 clicks? Okay. Where's 415? Here we go.
Now, back to door number 437.
437. She's making me work for it. I can't jump in this game.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine. Okay. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Oh, it's the only desk that you can climb on, right? Wait. No. 419. 419. I gotta. I'm on his desk. Just get on the thing.
Yes, This is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416 is back down here.
We've almost got it.
All right.
Now the copy machine, do that one again.
Do it again! Ugh.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 4. Yes!
There you go.
We did it. Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
Good.
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
I am not
Just think,
proud.
Only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
I would have just accepted the 5 clicks. Alright, so we need that one, just one. Oh wait, that I probably can't do it now because my door's closed. Oh, let's see. 2. There we go. Yeah, I think I had to open my door. I think there's another computer that's opened. If I see another computer that's open, I'll click it. But it doesn't look like... I like work. I just hate my boss. Oh, okay. He just hates his boss. Yeah, that one doesn't work. Alright. I'm trying to look around everywhere because this is...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's listen to him. Can't go back. Yes, these paintings are amazing. If I look deeply into the painting, will I get sucked in like Mario? I'm making sure that I look everywhere.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Like a long while. This is the Ultra Deluxe version, so there's new stuff in it. I know this table's new. Hey, can I get up on here? I feel like I can get on here. Hold on. No, not alter without consulting. Mergers, IP, random stuff. Can I get on the table somehow? I want to see the new stuff. But I feel like I gotta play the original game to find where the new stuff is. This is a box. This is open things. Okay. Are we gonna have to do the broom closet thing again? Okay. Well, I got on this. No, not this. This is nothing. I got on this, and it shifted me up a bit. It shifts me up about right here, but I can't move anymore. Where's yesterday? Tomorrow is now. No, it doesn't seem like there's anything here. Okay, I guess it's not.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here,
And we're staying
so he
in here.
turned around and got back on track.
Nope. The broom closet
There was
ending!
nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Nothing!
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes!
Standing around doing nothing?
Yeah!
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
This is the best broom closet in the entire game.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Yeah! Broom closet all the way.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say,
I might get back to playing.
Did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite. I hope your friends find this concerning.
Oh no, I think there's a hole in my jacket. Oh, bro.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Wait, the hookers is new!
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Yeah.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit.
I'm dead.
About to leave
I died.
Here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Let me say something first. You can't say that. That's so messed up, by the way. But let me say this. If the first 20 seconds of gameplay was literally me doing the most boring endings of all, and doing the most boring achievement. I mean, I like the achievement because it's all rainbowy and shiny. And that's how the gamer stream ends. Yeah, exactly. I literally got into the game and I did 20 seconds of sweet FA, like he said. Which is basically doing nothing.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Oh, broom closet!
You too? Unbelievable.
We agree. The broom closet is elite.
Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
No, let's talk about the broom closet some more. Come on, get the hype going. Man, you make the broom closet fucking just, the narrator is just so fucking pissed. I love this game. I'm glad I got to play it again. Just because the reason of Ultra Deluxe in the name. Yes, this makes me want to play the game so I can see the newer content, but let's be honest here, I have not seen any new content as of yet, but the broom closet has a broom. The broom closet actually in the original game, I don't think it had a broom. I think they added the broom to the broom closet, which is great. Okay. Can I go back in or can I close this? If I go back, what if I just open the door and just close it countless times? Is he just gonna get upset? I'm looking for the new things. Doesn't seem like there's anything new.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm going. What happens if I just start clicking at everything around here? There's an executive bathroom. There's an executive bathroom. Bro, there's an executive bathroom. There's an executive bathroom in the game. I was... Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. What can we do in the executive bathroom? Close the door? Extreme bathrooms. Can't really zoom. Can I? Is there a zoom button? Is there a toggled zoom? Oh wait, yeah, I can crouch. See if there's anything around here. Wait, what's that? Oh no, it's just lighting. Okay. Wait, I can. Wait, hold on. Just. Come on. I saw you did it. Yeah. Right here. Crouch. On the toilet. Standing on top of the toilet? Is this getting me anywhere? Toilet paper? Maybe toilet paper. Maybe if I... Oh, right here. Okay. No? Maybe if I could read this. What does it say? Bath guy testifies in the trial of the century. Tired of getting ash on your porcelain, faucets, pipes, outshoots. Well, I've gotten this far. Maybe I gotta run. Oh! Maybe? This? Is it this? Is it this? Ooh, wait. Ooh! This is getting me somewhere. This is the hype. This is the hype that I was talking about. Here we go. Where do I go now? I've gotten this far and I am not getting rewarded for this. I'm very sad. Open faucet. Faucet. Nothing. There was nothing in here. What was the point of what's the point of the executive bathroom then? Was that it? Okay. Well, wait. Maybe if that door closed, maybe this door will open. Something new? No? If I just leave it open. Huh. Weird. Oh! This door opens now. A business strategy. That's not a business strategy. I am against this. I am against that. You don't shoot pandas! That does not make you cool! Why would you shoot a panda? Why would you do that? Okay, so maybe climbing up here, maybe getting stuck somewhere, maybe he gets all upset because I got stuck somewhere, or something. Give me anything. Give me something that he can be angry at. Come on. I am literally riding this leaf right now. Give me something. Come on. What about this elevator? This is new. There is an elevator. And this is new. Hello? I want to go up. Elevator music! Ooh, I like it! This is good! Oh! Wait, why am I slanted? What's happening? Is he singing? Is the narrator singing? Did he say shit? He's singing. The narrator is singing. That's him. How long is this elevator? What? But... What? Maybe if I click it down first. I can hear you! So this elevator doesn't work. It just pretends. He just pretends it works. What happens if I just click it? Wait, what if I... Ah, dang, hold on. What if I line it up? Dang it. I don't think it works. I was trying to trick him. Trying to be trixies.
Stepping into the manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Kind of looking around.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Yeah, I don't know it. 2845, yeah, I know.
2845.
Yeah. I'm trying to leave. What was the code again?
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
just... Wait, where is it? 2, 8... Like, 2, 8... Oh, no. It was like 2... Wait, what was it? It was like 2, 8, 4, 5. He's not gonna say anything! Are you serious? Why is the cursor showing up right here? It's like a cursor, like showing up, which is weird. Ooh, hello. Let's see. No? No? It's not gonna work? Can I jump over there? No? No, probably not. Wow, this place is real nasty. Still can't open that door, okay. Anything else? Something I can click here? Jump down? Can I jump down? Seems like a thing I can jump down into. That'd be hilarious. He'd be like, how is that possible? How'd you do that? Ooh, it's dark in here. Can't see me, right? Why is there a dark area here? This is really weird. Nothing? Okay. Alright, I guess I can't go anywhere else. It looks all new. Like there's seems like the paths aren't like as straight as it was before.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Yeah.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
What if I... Ooh, I can go back?
Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Yeah, what happens when I go back? What happens if I go back here now? Ooh, it's a lot darker. This was never an option before. Let's see.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office.
Yeah.
Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
This is
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Yeah. No, it's I'm gonna figure something out. What happens if I do 2003? No? What if I do it backwards? Kind of like that. There's something in there. I can't seem to quite grasp it. there seriously nothing around here? Why would you go back and then die? What? Piano? I don't know. Oh wait, let me type in the year. No. I mean, I could type the year when it first came out. But there's nothing. Really?
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
He makes me sound like I'm stupid. Listen, what happens if I just press the button again? Ooh, I can do it again.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator.
So this
I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
It makes it sound so stupid. Like, why would you go back up there? I don't know. I mean, something could change. Is there a monster in here or something? It was gonna... Yeah.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
He's got a little thing! Oh man, that's great!
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait.
What?
No, I need more time to process.
This game's killing me, man. God damn it. 10 out of 10. Alright.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it.
Alright.
I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
So, okay. You're not gonna be a dick this time, right? So if I go back down, I probably won't come back up. I'm gonna make a call on it. I'm gonna make a call on it. It's gonna happen. Can I just hang myself? Can I go down the spooky thing? No. Oh shit! Am I actually stuck? Oh wow! I actually got stuck there.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no...
Because it wasn't implicated in the game before!
That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Shut up! You suck. At this point, he's not saying anything.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill.
Yeah.
Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Oh.
There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started.
Okay, hold on.
But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises,
more than I can
to have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference.
Is that the elevator?
So that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Oh my, it's new. All that's new. Wait, what? Wait, hold on.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
All eyes on Stanley live. What? Bro. World's healthiest human being. All tricks revealed. That seems like a normal ad on the internet. How we did it. The pyramids. That seems like another ad. Live. The guy who went to Mars. That seems... That should have been something that's reoccurring. Reveals all his new book, The Storyteller. What? What? This is the new stuff! What? Evening with World Peace Baby.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
Oh, we can go through the thing. What's that? What's that ball? I kind of want to see that ball. That ball is interesting. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. Stanley from the Stanley Parable. But there's a ball there. Come to me, ball. Come to me. I want to see. World's first sentient machine. Interesting. That door doesn't even exist. Can I walk through it? No. I really want to go over there. I really want to know what that is. Wait, I crouched up. I wonder. I go off to the side over here for a bit. No. Okay, I guess I can. Doing great. Conversation with Alexander the Great.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Interesting. This door doesn't open, though. 427. Oh, my God. No, somebody spilled it. What did it say? Looks like those were recently printed. Oh, cool, mini golf. Congratulations, remember where you came from. Your co-workers. That's like the freedom ending. Stanley, me, Dad. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You're too cool. Good luck on stage. Rock on. Break a leg, champ. I love the way you ride elevators. Break a leg, champ. My true love for you grows. I can't read the rest of that. No one tells the stories like you do. Go get him, Tiger. Grows every day. You make me feel your wife from the apartment ending. She doesn't exist. So maybe all of this doesn't exist. The dude who came up with pizza. It's Pepperoni Man! Yeah, Pepperoni Man! Look at my face! Yes, it's a big Pepperoni Man! Look at my pizza! Look at my pizza! Look at it! Look at the pizza! Okay. Up, down again. Up and down again. That's hilarious. What's if I... no. Can't, like, ride on one of these railings here? No. Oh, God. The Lord meet and greet. Whoa! Oh, this is fake. What? No! Oh my God! I guess that's the celebrity ending. That's crazy. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
This is locked. I feel like they took out that one ending. The input code? Because you're supposed to click on a number of computers. So you're supposed to wait, put the input. Who farted? Oh. I got it. Okay, there we go. Oh. Hello? Coffee nut.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah, I know.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I want to see what's in the employee lounge. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Oh, look at me. I'm climbing this thing. Look at that. I'm up here now. Look how cool this is.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
You shut up. Be my Valentine. Be my Valentine!
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Feel like it wants me to click that. Fuel. It's what fuels me. Nothing? Really? A letter here. Can't read that though. Okay, I guess there's nothing.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Alright. But then I closed all the doors. Is that it? No? Still stuck in here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Right now, stop. I am lying. Huh. So if you jump down there, you'll probably die. I don't have a key card. Oh wait, hold on. Can I? No. That I could jump on those boxes.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? What? Yeah. I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Specifically!
I think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing.
I did it for
this
you.
is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
I want to go down there.
Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay. Oh, yeah, here we go. .3% of players skipped the intro sequence. Only the 3% of players chose the blue door. How long does it take you to compete against your others? I have not played that long. I've only been playing for about an hour and two. It's like telling me that I've been up like 6.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. Okay. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Oh, God.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
By burning
but of course,
his baby.
the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Yo, baby! The baby. There's so much baby yelling. So he's not gonna say anything? God, this is tedious. Oh, is that what this lesson's about? Burn, baby, burn! Oh. Oh, he's not saying anything, so let's just burn it.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out.
Are you
I'm
sure?
Done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
Yep, Minecraft again.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
They had to like repurpose the entire game to fit an entire differently other game. Oh, they did!
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Oh god, this is
Well, it seems
Firewatch,
obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Oh my god, are you serious? I've never played the game. I've never played Firewatch. But I hear it's good. Supposed to have like meaningful choices as well. Pretty cool, but can't really do anything. Ooh. Okay, that's to go down. I wonder if they made the game. I like how they implemented it though. Pretty cool.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
It can't be what? It can't be what? What can it be?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You
Why?
really wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions.
Why?
No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
What?
Okay, I'm going to get us out of here.
No!
Let's find another game.
No, I was
Preferably
free!
something with walls.
I
something
was
with
free!
nice, big, insurmountable walls.
No, don't do it! This was nice.
I think this will be just the thing.
No! I was actually kind of having fun. Oh my god.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Why would you bring me to this?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
There's
There are
grass
lots
to
of
touch.
cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Blue, are we blue or red? Oh, I'm real quick. Oh.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought, and I realize... Hold on. What are you doing?
Ah!
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
I
How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
I don't know. I didn't mean to. beta. It's all the alpha testing builds. I really didn't mean to do that. I kind of wanted him to keep talking. Oh, crap. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, this is the first game. Stuff like that. Wow. These are the choice doors. Wow. I actually did not mean to jump with the ball. Can't even jump. And this is the first room.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it.
I didn't mean
to. Wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
And then it does it. And then we restart back. Like, welcome back.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, I can't seem to find anything here. Input received. Nice. New content. Okay.
Oh, new content?
Yeah.
What does that mean, new content?
Yeah, I kind of want to know. You want to know too with me? I can't seem to, what's... Huh. And he doesn't even know either. This is interesting.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Yeah.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yeah, you're gonna be with me the entire way. Oh, it's locked because somebody locked it. Wait, just go back on.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. What is it? What's
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Kind of like the over. The jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
What? Oh. Oh. I can jump though. Jump now. No more jumps.
Is that it?
That's it.
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Yeah. There has to be. Can only do like 38 jumps and that's it. That was kind of dumb. A jump circle. Weird. Okay, let's move on. Alright, let's go. Because I have literally seen everything.
Another elevator.
Yeah.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
No.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box.
$50 on it.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
So I actually have... I don't know if I have it on YouTube, but there is a playlist, I think, of the Stanley Parable. If there isn't, well, I'm gonna redo everything again, so. Oh. What? Back in the elevator? Oh, okay. Thank you for enjoying the new... Are you serious? That's it?
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations.
Yeah.
If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game?
Yeah.
And we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me, having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I was literally sitting in a chair. Oh no. Oh my. This is... That's that room. Huh. There's a vent.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
What if I go up here? Okay. What's in the vent?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well,
Yeah.
it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Yeah.
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh! This must be the extra content that's in the game. Oh. Now that's impressive! No way! What? Yo!
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Whoa. This is what I call DLC right here. The Memory Zone. That's pretty cool. What?
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Don't forget the Stanley Parable. Yeah, I remember when the first game came out. My first car, the release of Stanley Parable. Mind control facility, I remember. Oh yeah, that guy was on some of the photos and stuff like that. Like originally. The original remake. Yeah, this is pretty cool. The Stanley Parable. 2014 Independent Games Festival Audience Awards. The last of Stanley Parable. They took their trophy. Good times. And again. That's so cool. Okay, so I can't click on any of these and they won't say anything, but this is pretty nice. Zone, sweet zone, so I can't open that yet. Smile because it happened. Stanley Parable disc, trip down memory lane, $1. Yep. Stanley Parable demonstration, which was the demo. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Ah! There's nominees. More nominees. Debut game. Game innovation. New video game released today. Story. when Stanley died. Feels tough choices. That's pretty cool. Wow, it's really nice here. In loving memory, little Stanley. Oh, was it an actual hamster? Oh, there's a piano over there.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
An hour of elevator content. Ah! I'm just kidding. Wow. Oh, there's a maintenance. Wait, is this the choice? Memory zone maintenance, huh? Know your city. Can't go in there. It was good. Person of the year, Stanley. On and off switches and stuff like that. The original remake. Or Scott K. Here's your car, man. It's locked still. Just close. Your number is 29. As a bike, people play games because of what they can do inside them, and your game is very good at letting them know they can't do anything, literally anything.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Yeah, and then the reviews for this game is gonna be like, it's still a good game. There's the serious room! Oh my god! Now let me in there. I want to go back in the serious room. It's because if you try to activate cheats, the guy will literally take you out to the serious room. It's hilarious. Oh, it's the multiple doors.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Oh, people can still play the game and still enjoy it. I mean, they won't play it as much as they used to.
Wait, hang on.
What?
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Ooh, it started to get a little bit more sinister. Okay, it's starting to get more serious. What's oh, the bad reviews.
Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
They weren't. They were not. These are really bad reviews. Oh, God, here we go.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
But there's a good review right here, though. This is bad. I think something bad's gonna happen. There's tons of Steam reviews on this game. It's like, oh, it's unfunny and blah blah blah. It's not a good game. It's a walking simulator. Blah blah blah. You know, people being stupid and ignorant, and shitty. Look at all this. Look at all this trash. Look at all these trash reviews. Bunch of 5-year-olds make them. There's another one. Picked out just a few of them too.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Well, no, it's a good game. It's just people don't appreciate a good game when they see it or when they play it. This is like super, like, creepy. Because you're going through like all these reviews and it's in the game. I mean, it dedicates those people. It basically dedicates those people. And there's a lot of good reviews, too. Like, that's what we're missing. Like, where are the good reviews at? Oh, wait. Maybe it's coming up. Maybe it's coming up. Oh, God. This is the end right here. This seems like the end.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Oh.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
What have you done? What have these people done? Oh my. Oh, this is no, we can't have a skip button. No. We'll leave. Who cares about the reviews? They suck anyway. Just leave. Leaving is fine. Close the door. Close the door. We do not need to see this. We do not need to see this at all. They're dumb. Don't listen to them. He'll give you what you want.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. But that's boring! Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. Got the logic of elimination working backwards. The deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime.
Yeah.
It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or
I bet if you press it more...
Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once, that you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right, here we go. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Treatise, manifesto. 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 Treatise, manifesto.
Skipping him.
Treatise, manifesto. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial.
Why not
something
let
along
them
the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment. You are not beyond redemption. You may change, and you may become more, so much more than you were before. If there is any message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, it is this. What a fortune, a privilege, a joy it is to have had such an experience. It leaves me hopeful that as a community, as a world, there is time for us to become our greatest selves, as great as we ever could dream of in our wildest, most ambitious visions for a brighter future. Wow, now Stanley, that's a review. It's perfect. It's the perfect review. It's the review I've always dreamed of receiving. I have to read it again. It's simply too wonderful. I have to experience this just one more time. From the ashes of depravity rises... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yeah.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole?
Man.
A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there?
Yeah, right here.
I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another.
Door.
I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door.
Okay.
I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button.
Okay.
Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
All right. Give them like a minute or two, and then I'll press the skip button. pressing.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
It's been 12 hours.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone, and that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me here. And surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety, that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, I know you too well. You'll be leaving me oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore them. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it, to think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
Huh.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year.
A
Have you
year?
ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment. And I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival. If I can only do this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
We just pressed the button again. He's not gonna say anything? What happens if I press it again? He sounded really upset too. I don't hear him. I think the air conditioning stopped.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world, as though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves, they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor, that it amuse them endlessly from start to finish. But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the
It's a drippy drip. It's a drippy drip. Where we're going again?
The end is never the end, 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 is
A lot of drips. Not speaking anymore. There's a crack. I don't think we can go out through here. Alright, let's see what happens. Daylight. There's daylight. All right. There's grass now. Trees out there. Next. Oh God. Doesn't sound too good. Definitely doesn't sound too good. Is it dead? Okay. I think we can exit. How long has it been? Anymore. I guess I'll start walking. No! Oh my god!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think I lost my mind.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Trying to find the input. New content. Trying to find the other computer. I must have missed it. Let's go to the new content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Not like last time that I got trapped in the desert, right? It's gonna just take us back to the desert.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
What?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
A second one, yeah! That sounds even better. A second game wouldn't be so bad, to be honest. I see two printers at the same time. That's cool.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Does sound way better, to be honest. I kind of want to see a second game. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Building castles, just the two of us. You and I. This is way better. Oh. Oh, and you're closing the door on me. Okay. Let's see, new content is out. New content part 2 is in. Old busted. New hotness. They're back. 2 doors. TSP. Color red leverage. Stanley Parable 2 logo ideas. New couches. Like my penthouse now. Woo! Woo! Penthouse Extreme. This is better than the desert. Concept art.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
No, just put it like in a new office, new environment, new story with interesting twists. You can make a 2, you can make a 3, you can make a 4, you can make a 5. But what's that? Crab. The ultimate sequel. Eat. I'm eating it. Feast on hope. Reject. To eat. Eat. That's really weird. Okay, I was eating that apple. Weird. Every pause button is a numerical number of 2. Oh my god. So they're literally making jokes about 2. It's a show floor. New features. Ooh. Now this. New content. Yeah! Yeah! Yes! Buses! Yes! This is what it's about. Second game. When's it coming out? Oh god, they've can't go back.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Exclusive. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Oh, okay. Sure. Is there just a 2 here? Oh. Okay.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh. Okay. Something about that computer. It's locked.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim.
I'm
and really
Jim!
Simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Oh.
Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Yes, I am.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Step forward.
Jim.
Yes.
Yes! You see? What
Jim.
a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again. Jim. Oh, It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the gym button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
Jim!
I'm putting the gym button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim! Oh, let's bring Jim back. 2023, bring Jim back. Yeah. All right. What other new features are there? Curious to see what there is.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Epilogue. Jump circle, infinite hole, no screenshots, new features, new contents, new ideas. Looks like there's some good new ideas in this. Ooh. New updated ray trace, more. Yeah, new carpets. Red is the new orange. It's pretty cool. Whole new office. Yeah! The baby is all grown up. Oh, God! That's cool. Merchandise. You heard Jim in the game. You heard Jim in the game. Jim's a really nice guy. Reassurance bucket. And merch. Tons of merch. Interesting. Those are locked. Reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Oh.
You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Yeah. Come on, give it a try.
Oh!
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
This is pretty cool. I like the bucket. Can I keep the bucket? I'm gonna take the bucket with me. Come on, bucket. Let's go.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday. I would probably go with a Happy 12th Birthday. Wait, that's a Stepney's. I like the white one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Okay, whatever. Oh, god damn it! It's everywhere!
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No.
Yeah.
No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
No, there's
Come now. You've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
I chose the white one! Daddy wants his white balloon! Dick.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
It just works. This map. Okay. Can't really read the map all that well. Looks like the exit is that way. I am still going. Ooh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay. That's creepy. Oh. Collect them all.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Guess I'll keep an eye open. New free achievement and then infinite hold. Okay.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Really? Simple as that, huh?
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Maybe I have to get all of the collectibles.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Quite a few of them, actually. What about this one? Infinite loop, infinity, whole entrance. More holes, science, more holes. How deep does the well go?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Sounds pretty exciting. Whee!
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
We're just gonna let this happen.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Okay. Kind of. Still got a bucket, though.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a minute. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole.
Wait,
and
what?
Now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
Are you serious right now? I haven't seen everything else though. Does not sound good. What's happening? I think it's an elevator. It's like really epic.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's stronger. Now you're no
Oh, perfect! Doggies! Oh, damn. Look at me.
Afgesloten nieuws geweest, die waren echt zo verhuurd. Nou, hè.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
No!
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland.
Dreamland was
But
awesome.
We can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment.
Oh, okay, cool.
So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
It's gonna happen again. What? Oh, thank God, it was...
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
I already tried the gym. I already did that. I already did the hole. Hole's done.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
An epilogue. It should just be uncanning. Be like, oh, yes, you found my, sandwich, a happy ending, yes. And that's it. All I want to hear from that. Mostly infinite hole. Setting world championship. Setting Georgia. I mean, I can't get in there. I didn't really get any other collectibles. Still not working, huh? Did I go through everything? So what happens if I go back to the hole? Just theorizing this. So the door's closed, probably. Yeah, it's closed. Oh, it's blocked. Okay. Alright. Fine, it ended. So what's the settings world champion? That's not letting me in. Huh. Weird. Okay, I guess I just go to the exit then, because there doesn't seem to be anything else.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I guess. Moving on. Alrighty. What's this?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
What?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this.
Alright.
Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up.
Is it Ultra Deluxe?
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh my god. Did he just... Did he just make the Stanley Parable 2? Is this the Stanley Parable 2? What is happening right now? Bro. Bro, like, new office? It would work. New, like, props and gags and stuff like that, you know? It'd work. Oh, I'm gonna tell you something, it'll work.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
God.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
The bucket is here.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Yes. The bucket helps. The bucket help. Wait, why is this here?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Yes. Swole.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend.
Lifelong friend.
You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together.
I'll beat you
Go
up,
through
Broom.
each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
I hate you. You suck. My bucket.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering
Take a hike, broom
diatribes
closet, you
about the
suck.
nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
It's also a bucket.
That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Oh my god. Another one. I want another bucket.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us a silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Gonna need to use the executive.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. even now, in his darkest of hours. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
It is.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley things. What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Yes. Good. Yeah. Good.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
The bucket
Soothing
is
him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
But then I want to go back up.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
The bucket said nothing. I want to press 3. I want to press 3.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley. After taking some time to show the bucket around the boss's office, Stanley at last went to the keypad, where he began eagerly pressing the number 3 again and again.
Okay.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Slam that 3 button! Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe about it. Going back up!
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
The bucket said nothing. The bucket. You should understand how much the number 3 means to me.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to
I
his
pressed
bucket
1.
for a reaction
I pressed 2.
of some kind.
I pressed 4
Anything
and
to let
5.
him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator. Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
This is a better story. But then I wanted to go back up again.
ha ha, said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive.
Wait, who is that?
Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to
Who
see
is that?
the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the
guy
public
standing
eye
there.
that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work. For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Threes.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
3. Here we go. Get that 3.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Wow. That was crazy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh! Look at the whiteboard ending. Get a doggy.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Large room, lots of boxes, stairs, something to do with stairs. Some were both red and blue.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
No more stickers. Damn you.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good will come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating
I also
off
hear
the
dog
ground.
barking.
Oh, gracious, he exclaimed.
This dog is real annoying.
Truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
She backflipped all the way to work? What? Bro.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You missed a memo. Figurine find committee meeting today in the meeting room.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Bucket embracing. I love me some bucket embracing. You ever heard about that them bucket embracing words?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question, but Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
How deeply touching. Shut up. Don't make
A
it
soft
funny.
wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Warmth. I felt the warmth of the bucket.
Stanley clutched the
feels a
bucket
bucket
tightly to
warming.
his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
This wasn't
But
the
Stanley
correct
had
way
felt
to
the
the
bucket
meeting
calling
room.
to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
The bucket knows all. The bucket wants me to go down here to bucket.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Okay, yeah. Adventure Line, yeah. That sounds cool.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Hey, it's back again!
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
The bucket? No. I like the bucket. The bucket is nice.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
What?
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
Destroys buckets.
Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No!
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows.
That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Nope, I'm keeping the bucket.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were
magnificent. I'm keeping my bucket. We need to talk about your bucket. Nope.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
I will never get rid of my bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest, and this was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
What do you mean? They're not talking.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh, God.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
But it's still a bucket.
Item 3. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes!
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
Yes!
Correct. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
What? No!
Okay, here we go.
Don't do it!
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait,
Because
was everything a bucket?
Everything!
Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
Everything was a bucket!
God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Yes.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
What do you do with a bucket? This is a bucket. You fill it with water. You fill it with water. Water bucket.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the good old bucket, just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together.
These buckets are cool, bro.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Yeah, good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question
Okay.
why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Why is there a vent there?
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly. Now pick up the phone. Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Oh my god. They're gonna change...
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now. Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy.
Dunny with a
Finally,
funny.
it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
What? What's going on?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Okay.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure.
Anymore.
The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Oh, I lost one of my stickers.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame?
God,
pale...
the ending's different.
What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley,
You didn't even have
so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos.
More instructional.
Let's see.
Oh my god. That is insane. Okay. Alright. I need to relax. I need to get off of this. I'm gonna come back to it because there's probably more stuff in the game, but I think we covered maybe half of it, maybe less than half of it. I'm not too sure. I don't know how big the game is at this point. But when I come back, I'm going to play something else. I'm going to play something else. I'm probably going to play something new, maybe something not new. I'm not too sure. But when I come back, I'll play something else. But I got to go eat anyway. So this was a Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. If you guys want to see more of it, don't worry. There will be a part 2. I'll pick it up again at some point. Don't worry about Beyond Good and Evil. Don't worry about Torum Online. I will continue those when I get to them. Don't worry, I still have other games as well, like Iron Lung and other stuff like that. But anyways, I definitely appreciate you guys coming in, checking me out. If you are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But if you are watching me right now on Twitch, don't forget to hit that follow. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Check in the description below. Check, depending on if you're on Twitch or not. If you're on YouTube, check in the description below for links. I'm done with the first part of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So when we come back, we'll continue it. But when I actually come back right now, after when I'm done eating, maybe I'll play some. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll see you guys very shortly. I'm the Hooded Man. I will see you all in the next interdimensional stream. Bye bye.